ladies and gentlemen and ladies. Supposed I didn't think I was going to have to make in the playoffs, but here we are. Because there's some dum-dums out there thinking that Jeremy Swayman would be a good fit to the Edmonton Oilers. We have to make posts about it. We have to have content creators giddy about it, fanboy about it. Can I be the adult in the room and tell you why it's a bad idea? I could care less about what numbers say. I could care less about what Swayman did as a platooned goalie with Yalmark for 2.5 years. He was platooned. I could care less about his upbringing and how good you think he is. There's 3 factors into why I think it's a bad idea to trade Stuart Skinner to get Jeremy Swayman. Thing number 1, the fucking obvious. And again, why do I have to be the adult in the room? Why does the one hot-headed Oiler fan, reactor, content creator have to be the adult in the room with the most level head? Contract. Let's look at contracts. 2.6 for Stuart Skinner. 8.25 for Swayman. And that's 7 more years of it. Stuart Skinner's only got 1 more year on his contract at 2.6. And then his next contract, maybe it'll be $4 million. Maybe. And he'll be 28 by the end of his contract and probably a better goalie. I'm just saying, numbers don't lie, and I don't like those numbers. Because what else has to go? What else has to go the other way, Matt? You got to figure out how to get 8.25 on the books. You're only getting rid of 2.6. And then Evan Bouchard's going to make 10. Conservative. I'm going to conservatively say 10. I think he's going to make more around the $12 million mark. And there is no way in Sam Hale, giddy, you're trading Evan Bouchard away. And if you're an Oilers fan thinking that Evan Bouchard's getting traded away, you might as well just take the number 1 train straight to you know where. Because the Oilers are not getting rid of Evan Bouchard. He is too valuable of an offensive threat. Defensive liability, but offensive threat. You can't replace that. You can't replace Evan Bouchard numbers. So who's next on the chopping block that has term, that has money with the Edmonton Oilers? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Not trading Hopkins. You're not trading Hopkins and Skinner to barely get to that number. Remember, the number's 8.25, right? Right? 8.25. Hopkins is making 5.1. So 2.6 and 5.1, you're still short. Huh. Still short. Still short. So now you got to add another player. Right? You see where I'm going with this? We got to stop thinking the grass is greener on the other side. And we have to use our big brains. And if we want the grass to be greener on our side, let's start watering the grass. Is Stuart Skinner perfect? No, far effing from it. Did Stuart Skinner have better numbers than Swayman this year, abso-freaking-lutely he did. Not by much, but the Boston defense is better than the Oilers defense. We can all agree that the Boston Bruins are a better team defensively than the Edmonton Oilers are. Correct? Correct. So let's show Stuart Skinner's numbers. Last year, he was a .914. Little worse than Swayman, .920. But he also played nearly 18 more games than Swayman did. So we got to factor that into it. Had Swayman played more, his numbers would have dropped significantly. Last year's playoffs. 23 playoff games compared to 12. Again, had he played 23, his numbers would drop. We'll even go to 2022 for a better comparison because Stuart Skinner played 50 and they were both making less than $1 million. 50 games played, 275. 2 games played, 334 and 987. 12 games played, 368, 883. Wait, hold up, Matt. Hold up. He played 10 more games than Swayman did, and he did better with the goals against and the save percentage? Interesting stats there, Matt. Now let's go to this year. Again, we're going to go to 2023, 2024. 59 games played because comparable. 44 games played. Still a 916, a 905. And then this year, 51 for Edmonton, 58 for Boston. Are you seeing the problem I'm seeing? Are you guys seeing the problem I'm seeing? Like, I'm using my eyes. Are you seeing the problem I'm seeing? No, you're probably not. Do you not see the more he plays, the worse his numbers get? Last year he had 44 games played, 253. This year he had 14 more games, he had a 311. I'm just saying, maybe I need to be the adult in the room and kindly tell you guys, the Boston Bruins are not going to trade for Stuart Skinner for Jeremy Swayman without getting rid of, from Edmonton, Matthew Savoy, Evan Bouchard, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, one of those two, a first-round pick and a second-round pick. It's just not happening. So yes, you guys can cry all you want that we need an upgrading goalie. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Maybe we just let Stuart Skinner play out his contract here in Edmonton and we figure it out from there. He's got 1 year left on it next year at 2.6. Maybe he has the bounce back year next year that everybody keeps claiming Swayman's going to have next year. Oh, well, Jeremy Swayman's going to have a bounce back year next year. No matter where he plays, he's going to put up huge numbers. You don't know that. For all we know, Swayman could have been a product of tandem goaltending. Jeremy Swayman could have been good because Yolmark was great. I can tell you this much, one of those goalies played in the playoffs this year. One of those goalies put up stellar numbers this year. It wasn't Jeremy Swayman. It's kind of sad that the hothead in the Edmonton Oilers community needs to put his thinking cap on and be the elephant sorry, the adult in the room, not the elephant in the room. Obviously, I'm an elephant, right? I'm wearing gray. But I shouldn't be the one that's the adult in the room telling you guys what you already know. Right? It's a bad idea to trade for Swayman. It's a bad idea to go after any goalie right now just because you're upset that Stuart Skinner might have a bad year next year. Oh, the Oilers should have addressed their goaltending in the off season last year. Why? What reason was there when he was one win away from a Stanley Cup final? He's one goal short of winning the Stanley Cup. One save away from winning the Cup. Was Swayman one save away from winning a Cup ever? No. I get the frustration of Oiler fans on Stuart Skinner. I get it. We've talked about it in nauseum. We've talked about it. But maybe we need to water our grass to make it green before we go thinking the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Because maybe there's something to why Boston all of a sudden wants to trade Jeremy Swayman. You don't just trade that type of caliber goalie just because. You don't go looking at Detroit, Chicago. Let me see what other teams were involved. Because there was lots of teams that were rumored to be going with the Jeremy Swayman sweepstakes. Insider report. Heavy. Whatever heavy is. Insider predicts Oilers grab 6 in blockbuster trade. Yeah. And this was written, by the way, before the playoffs, before Game 3 of the Oilers series playoffs. So read into it what you will. They bashed the Oilers for letting go of Broberg and Holloway, and where are those guys now? Yeah, exactly. He was a Jennings Trophy winner. You know what the Jennings Trophy is? Do you know what the Jennings Trophy is? It's when you were a tandem goalie of the year. He allowed more goals than any other goalie in the NHL in 2024-2025. Again, here's that based on performance. He'll bounce back. Oh, there's that name. Clearly it won't be enough. But another player, Evan Bouchard, should be. Oh, that's just one article. Here's the other article that I'll leave you with. Here's the other teams that are in the sweepstakes for Jeremy Swayman. Carolina Hurricanes, Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit Red Wings, Philadelphia Flyers, and the Utah Hockey Club. I don't know. If I were a betting man, which I'm not, but if I were a betting man, I wouldn't put money on Swayman being an Oiler next season. If I was a betting man, I would say Stuart Skinner's still your number one goalie. Calvin Pickard's the backup. Again, just because the grass looks greener on the other side doesn't mean you need to think your grass isn't green. Water it. It'll get green. Again, I guess I'll be the adult in the room. No swearing, no screaming at the top of my lungs. Just giving you some insight as to why it may be a bad idea to trade a $2.6 million player plus. Because you're going to have to trade plus to get an $8.2 million goalie. Just food for thought. Anyways, guys, my name is Matt for OilersFanReaction. Round 2 is underway. Good win by the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. Although they now have a goalie dilemma. Seeming like their guy may be out. At least for the foreseeable future. But we'll see. Anywhoosies. My name is Matt for OilersFanReaction. See you guys tomorrow night live. Vegas, Oilers in Vegas, 7:30 p.m. Enjoy the rest of your night. Deuces.